So things really took off last year for the Racing Warehouse. What was it like seeing the sales explode?
It was exciting, honestly, and a little bit surprising during a pandemic and a time when we were really nervous about if we were going to be able to stay open or not. Didn't know what was going to happen with the NASCAR teams and if we were going to be able to get product and sheet metal from teams. And what we realized is time for us, we were able to spend more time down here behind closed doors. Um, NASCAR persevered and they pushed forward with racing, and because they did that, they continued to tear up cars, which gave us inventory. Uh, Nothing else was going on, so we were able to spend a lot of time here, developed a website, which was a huge success. That was a big part of what we're doing. Um, and able to focus more on how to get the product out to people in our Facebook group and out to people that don't even use Facebook. So during that time, toward the middle end of the season, we were contacted by Hendrick Motorsports, and they had a huge amount of sheet metal for us to buy. That was a major shot in the arm and gave us a lot of credibility with people. Ken Schrader called and was selling his building and consigned a huge collection of his stuff, personal trophies, plaques to us. Dale Jarrett did the same. Penske called we bought a trailer load of stuff from them. And so all that together kind of was the perfect storm and allowed us to spend more time doing this to be successful.
We've seen new teams like Hendrick and drivers like Kitty Schrader, Dale Jarrett team up with the Racing Warehouse. Do you have a favorite that stands out? Either you going through their collection, or as soon as you got the phone call, you're like, "This is so cool that Blank's reaching out to us."
Okay. That would be a tough to answer, man, honestly, because this is not cliche at all, but each one of them mattered, and I'm a pretty fiery person when it comes to getting jacked up about stuff. And when I got the call from Hendrick Motorsports, it was like I just hit the lottery, man. I mean, we were so excited. I've been in touch with them for years. I stay in touch with those guys every year about this. We're here for you if you need us, and because I know they have 4 cars and they tear up stuff and they cut bodies off every week, and it was always like, where is this stuff going? And so we got that call, and it was really, really exciting. But obviously, I was always a Ken Schrader fan anyway, and I was driving home from the Outer Banks in a Jeep, and so I didn't even have my phone where I fooled with it because it was so loud. And when I got back home, I checked my messages, and there was a message from Ken Schrader. And just hearing his voice, it's a unique voice anyway. I was like, man, this is the coolest day ever. Like, Ken Schrader called my phone, and we got to go. All the guys went with me. We went to his race shop, and he just treated me like a buddy, man. He's like the most genuine guy you'll ever meet. And we spent a couple of days over there in the evenings just getting stuff off the walls and going through his collections and meeting his wife, and she was a hoot, man. I mean, just giving him down the road. So I really couldn't put one above the other. Each one of them is unique and exciting. We picked up Spire Motorsports this year, and to get to go sit down with those guys and the management and speak with them about what we do, present ourselves in a professional way, and then call us back and say, yeah, we'd like to partner with you and do our stuff, meant a lot. And then as soon as we put it on social media, they're right there supporting us, retweeting us. That says to me that we're doing it right. So that's our goal, is try to do it the best we can with it.
So for someone looking to start their own racing collection, which item do you recommend starting with? A first-time collector out there.
Depends on how much room you have. So I never really collected the die cast, and now I'm kind of into that. I think it's cool. Something small that's not real expensive. It can get expensive. Something to set on the shelf, but as far as the body panels are my favorite, and door panels are my all-time favorite. People they get in an uproar now. If NASCAR's going to move the number forward or backward or leave it the same, that's such a heated debate. And I'm an old head on that. I want to leave it right where it is. I don't want to change it. I love it the way it is, but I understand change happens. Love the hoods. If you have room to hang hoods, Definitely, because it's got the big sponsor on it, and then the name rails off the roof. Those are my top three pieces for sure.
With the buzz around North Wilkesboro Speedway potentially being revived, how does it make you feel given how much that track means to you?
Well, I follow a website or Twitter group called Save the Speedway, and I wasn't born in Wilkesboro, but I lived in Wilkesboro. I taught high school in Wilkesboro, and I feel like, I went to some of the last races there, in the early '90s, and I just feel like it needs to be part of the series again. I love it. I love the heritage there, the tradition, and just the fact that you're talking about it, it's constantly in the news. That there's just a glimmer of hope that we're going to race there again. In any series. I went to the late model race that Chase won up there, and I think it'll be fantastic. It's got some traction to it, I think. Maybe we're going to get to make it happen. So I hope.